All right, church. We back yet again with a lovely BBW, understand me? It's 2023, understand me? We about to get back in this word. I felt like we need to take a little break and revamp, understand me? Get our production value up. We coming through in 4K HDR, understand me? We got them angles on you, understand me? For 2023, understand me? We coming through live in effect, understand me? Tonight's lesson is going to be about a chosen wife, understand me? The Lord's description of wife. Understand me? Just know this going to be a good word tonight. Like, share, and subscribe, understand me? We about to dive into his word, church. You got anything to say, BBW, before we get started?
I'm ready.
She ready?
I'm ready.
She ready, I'm ready, we ready. Understand me? All right, tonight's lesson, church, going to come out of Genesis, the 24th chapter, understand me? If you want to get out your Bibles, read along, understand me? You're coming straight from the word, understand me? I don't know if this King James or whatever. This is the men's Bible. If y'all want to know what Bible this is the every man's Bible, understand me? If you want to pick it up, understand me? Highly recommend it. All right, church. We are in the 24th chapter of Genesis, understand me? Abraham was now a very old man, understand me? And the Lord said, blessed him in every way. One day, Abraham said unto his older servant, the man in charge of his household, understand me? He said, take an oath, putting your hand up under my thigh, understand me? Take oath, understand me? Swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and earth, that you will not allow my son to marry one of these local Canaanite women, understand me? He wanted a real deal Holyfield from the homeland, understand me? Go instead to my homeland, to my relatives, and find a wife there for my son Isaac. We're going to stop right there, church. We're going to dive into this dialect, understand me? There's several videos and stuff y'all can look up. Get a little more context, get a little more dip on your chip, understand me? Get that freshest creaminess out there. Google it, understand me?
Who makes the freshest, creamiest dip?
All you got to do is look up Genesis 24. BBW, we did a little back study before we started the show. What you got to say about this word tonight? What do you think the Lord describes as a perfect fit wife? What does that process of selecting a wife look like?
The process of selecting a wife looks like hearing from God first.
So how do you even hear from the Lord in the first place?
You have to position yourself as a man to be able to hear from the Lord.
What about the woman?
The woman, on the other hand, she has to be...
Talk to them, church. You got a camera over here. You got a camera over there. You got this one on you. Don't talk to me. Talk to the church. Talk to the church.
So yeah, to position yourself to be a chosen woman, you have to be able to be obedient to what God says a woman is supposed to be, and that is preparing herself to be chosen, feminine, submissive, honorable, beautiful, willing to work, willing to be useful. There's so many different attributes of a godly woman, and really to be God-fearing and have a relationship with God as well, and be able to, when you are chosen, be prepared to receive that blessing of the husband.
Right. All right. So when Abraham tasked the servant with this mission, understand me, the servant was a little bit bamboozled.
All right, let's play bamboozled.
He didn't know if he go get a Thotty Roddy or a Meg the Stallion, or he go get Mother Teresa, understand me? He don't know which one he gonna get, so he had to say, hey, give me a little context, Abraham. Father Abraham, I know you got many sons, understand me? But how am I supposed to go find a wife for your son, understand me? What's the process? So Abraham pretty much told him, hey, pray to the Lord and ask the Lord for a sign. And the servant asked of the Lord, said, hey, the first woman I meet when I go back to my homeland that offers water to not only me, but also to my camels, understand me? That's the one I'm gonna choose as Isaac's wife. So that's a mighty word, understand me, because of the fact that it harps on a woman's willingness to serve any man, or be in her submissive nature, in her feminine nurturing nature, with any man, not just a man that she seems fit of the service. That's just her nature in general, right? A lot of times we see modern ladies nowadays, I don't like using the term modern ladies. I like seeing women who don't understand this ism. They don't understand this word. They don't understand this the power of their femininity. They don't understand how valuable it is because maybe they don't stay in their word. Maybe they grew up in it and they strayed away. We all do. Understand me? But the purpose of this church is to harp on the fact that everything that we speak here is all biblically based, or it's gonna be in some kind of spiritual context. It ain't a lot of these scriptures and a lot of these lessons are in other texts other than just the Holy Bible. Understand me? You know, you can find these kind of scriptures, these kind of words of wisdom in a lot of books out there. But basically, it all boils down to your energy. Or if you are a man, you either reside in your masculine frame, your masculine energy, go out there and conquer the world. If you are a woman, heterosexual, by the way, heterosexual woman, it behooves you to maintain your feminine nature, maintain a thoughtful mindset, maintain an attitude of servitude and willingness to be valuable to men in general, not just to the man you like. Be an asset or be a woman that any man would say, hey, she's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
No matter if he's looking for you or checking for you or you checking for him. Any man that meets you should come off pleased with your or whatever that is. So the servant basically said, whatever woman feed me, well, water me and my camels, understand me, that's the one he's gonna pick. And that her name ended up being Rebecca. So to kind of translate to the nowadays situation, right? You gotta do like, and I have a conversation with women that they are good women, right? They have themselves, they well put together. They may have a great career, but somehow, some way, women have been conditioned to put like a coat of armor up when a man approach them. And it is easy to tell the men who aren't worthy. Don't get me wrong, ladies. I'm not saying you need to be letting every dude and every dude that come approach you. Not every man should have the opportunity to speak to you in any kind of way. I'm not saying that by no means. But what is true is that you will not be able to decipher the man that's for you, sent by God per se, and the man that ain't, with no other energy other than your femininity. Your femininity is your only tool that God gave you to decipher the good men from the bad ones. If you use any other energy other than that, you run the risk of linking up with men who not necessarily a good fit. He may be handsome. He may be well put together. He may have a good job. He may spoil you. But if he don't have a masculine frame, hey, let Lake Minnetonka go dry up, understand me? It ain't gonna be no doves crying over there, understand me? It's gonna be some wade in the water, understand me? It's God go trouble that water, understand me? Wade in the water. And you ain't gonna like it. BBW, you quiet over there. What's going on in that pretty brain of yours over there? You snickling and glinting, you smiling, them teeth, them chicklets is showing in 4K HDR, understand me? We got the new cameras rolling.
Well, this is a part of embracing your feminine essence, right. Is being able to listen.
All right, so you
slow
now
to speak.
Right now you have been provided incentive to speak, BBW. Understand me?
Right. Well, I just
talk to them.
I just say that when you're talking about the vetting process, I think nowadays we miss that mark when it comes to looking for someone to be in a relationship, a romantic relationship. We skip the part about how to vet properly.
What is it? When you talk about the man vetting a woman, or a woman vetting a man, or both going both ways?
Going both ways.
All right. So, what does a woman vetting a man? What does that process look like to you? Because you learned a lot in the past couple of years. So, if you knew what you knew now, 20 years ago, what would your vetting process be for choosing your husband or choosing one of the fathers of your children?
The vetting process would really get an understanding of that man's purpose, or what he wants out of life, or what God wants him to do in life, and if you're willing to submit to that or to support that. And oftentimes we miss that question. I know I missed the question. I was just so all about, want to get in a relationship. He looked good, but didn't know anything about the fact that I wasn't operating in my most feminine essence, and they didn't understand how to properly be in their masculinity for me to even know if that person was somebody I'd be willing to lead me.
Right. So it was a combination of you were a little bit too masculine for your own good, and he's a little bit too feminine for his own good. That's what I caught from that church. All right, so what do you say vice versa? So what do you think a man should do to vet a woman? Like, what is their process like? You said from the woman's perspective, what do you think, if you feel obligated or feel you're qualified to speak to her, what do you think a man, like if a man was to vet you, what do you think he should be looking for from you to say, hey, she's a keeper? Even like women, it's some women that they feel like they're a keeper. They feel like they're a catch. They feel like they check all the blocks of the presidential, intellectual, masculine pussy you might be looking for, understand me? And then they end up falling up short, and they don't really understand why. And I don't want anybody to be confused by the language or the messaging to where they implement a process they feel is correct just to come out on the short end of the stick, understand? Mm-hmm. So what do you, I don't even like to use the word feel anymore.
Feelings, nothing more than feelings.
What do you know as a surefire process for any man in 2023 now, understand me, church? It's the first day of this month, understand me? We got to work. Like, share, subscribe, church. You know, we done spent a little bit more money for y'all. We done reinvested, understand me? We trying to make sure we come through in 4K HDR for y'all, church. Understand me? Like, share, subscribe, spread the word, understand me? Survival of the Simp is going down. We're trying to save the whole world one simp at a time, understand me?
Yes, it's gonna help somebody.
With this word, understand me? We can't do it. See, the thing is, this is where I think a lot of these content creators fall short in, like, the quote-unquote manosphere and the red pill content. They're not leaning on the word enough. You know, it's some content creators that do speak to the word, and they do use the word as, like, you know, some of their guidance and some of their overall talking points, but they don't lead with it. You know, we go lead and close with it here at church. That's what we're gonna do. If we go, and like I had a couple shows, a couple live streams, and not to say we were getting away from the word, but I always would end those live streams with, hey, what's some biblical context on this? Understand me? Yeah. And one of the most surprising things I found that I went looking for in the Bible and find out it wasn't even in there is church. Let me zoom in real good, real close at it. Let me talk. Hey, church, I'm talking to y'all. This is every woman, every man on earth. This Bible right here, this book that y'all say, if you're a church-going Christian, or call yourself that, there's nothing in this book on all these pages that say anything about a man or a woman being friends, understand me? It ain't in here. So it's nonsensical to put in your little pretty brain that you're trying to be a man's friend if you're a woman.
And I think that's where a lot of men fall short.
Yeah, they fall short because they've been bad. They ain't sticking to. If they would have stuck to the word, they would see men, women, friends ain't in here.
Right.
And they wouldn't try. So either you respecting the woman, you work with her, or y'all got a working relationship, and that's cool. But she ain't your friend. Or it's a romantic relationship. Them the only two relationships between men and women. There ain't no in between. Either y'all working together and y'all co-workers and it's cordial and y'all get along, but that don't make y'all friends. That means y'all can work together. Y'all it's a modern world. We all go to work in corporate America, understand me? And we all got to go along to get along, understand me? That don't mean we don't like women. It don't mean that the presidential intellectual masculinity can't work with women. It don't mean that women can't work with women. Women love me, understand me? I'm the one to get stuff done, understand me? Corporate America, understand me? All day long. I'm that one. Understand me? But needless to say, that don't mean I'm your friend. I had a couple co-workers, shoot their shot at the I'm the only one that they even shot at. Everybody else handing over everybody's desk and going on. I like, bless their heart. They don't get it. They don't understand. I come to just being cool, They kept calling me across the hallway, across the open floor at the job. Hey, Lord, look at these hyenas there. Right. I went ahead and got to him, understand me? The president did what he had to do, understand me? But over at church, ladies, ain't no such thing as men and female friends. Fellas, congregation council telling you right now, it ain't in here. And if it ain't here, it ain't applicable to your life. So stop doing it. That might be why you bump your head against the wall all the time. because you're trying to do things that you ain't designed to do. Just calm down. Stay in your word. It'll give you guidance on what it'll tell you everything you need to know, including how to choose your wife. So we're going to give them more context. Let's talk to them, BBW, about when Abraham finally met the woman, and her whole demeanor was servitude first. Like, he's specifically prayed to the Lord, like, hey, give me a sign. And this sign is going to be whatever woman gives me water, not only just to me, but also for my camels, she's the one. So let's talk to that for a woman just presenting that willingness to serve. And don't take the word serve so harsh. The key thing, in order for you to avoid feeling like, ladies, let y'all listen up to this real good. The key thing you gotta understand is that the willingness to serve a man inherently isn't bad. That's actually what you are designed to do, to be a helpmate. Understand me?
Yes, there it is right there, helpmate.
But the thing you have to understand and decipher is that man has to be worthy of your help, right? So how you decipher that man is worthy of your help? It's as simple as, are you willing to work for him? What is it about him that makes you want to be motivated to do whatever it is he asks you to do? If you have never encountered a man that you feel inclined to approach problem-solving scenarios with him like that, to that aspect of where whatever it is he asks you, you're going to be trying to do it willingly, or you just don't want to do that for any man, then maybe you have to reassess your femininity and maybe backtrack and really get some contextual understanding in the word, understanding that maybe how you've been approaching it, trying to be a man's partner, trying to be quote unquote his equal, maybe that ain't to your benefit. And the crazy part about it is you're actually not even happy like that. You're not even happy being a man or feeling like you're a man's equal, not a man you're romantically involved with per se. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you being an equal or superior to a man in the workplace. But when it comes to the dynamic of a romantic relationship, ladies, you don't like men like that you feel equal to. You need to feel like, not to say that he's better than you, but in some aspects you need to feel like he's superior in these ways. When it comes to being able to provide and protect the household, he is superior in those ways. If somebody busting it over right now while we filming our show, and if y'all see me screaming and hooping, hollering to her, and she get up and go beat up the burglar, then we got a problem, church.
I was sleeping and my wife come in and said, oh, the shop's been hit, and I was like, oh, what? And I've come outside and I've seen all this commotion over here, and I was in me jocks, and then I seen the man that crashed into the scene. I seen him run away and then come back to the car, and I'm like, what are you doing, mate?
That's just what it is. Make peace with reality that if a burglar come in here, I'm the one that got to stop him. And if I can't stop him, we die. We go die tonight, church, if a burglar busts in here and I can't stop him, understand me? That's just what it is. It ain't on her to stop him. The same way it ain't on me to be up here trying to nurture the kids to death. And I don't got memory glands, so I can't put nothing in their mouth to make them shut up, understand me? She got some big ones on her, you understand me? She gonna make them hush up, understand me, church? She gonna make me quiet with them over there, church, you understand me? So, BBW, talk to him a little bit about what, that was a good word now.
It's a great word. I think that we as women have to learn how to relinquish control.
How do they do that? Like we talked about the what. I think people know what to do. They just don't know. They don't know how to do it, and they don't see the value in doing it. They don't see the value in relinquishing control. It's been working so far. A lot of these women are well accomplished. They got nice homes. They probably got careers. They probably got businesses. They may be making $1 million. Where is the need for a man in that scenario for a woman who's doing all those things? Like seriously, from a woman's perspective, if you were making $1 million and you self-sustaining, and you don't necessarily need a man, but you can pay men to do anything you need. You can have an all-male security team if you're making that much money.
And you're gonna still feel unfulfilled.
Why?
Because you're operating in the wrong energy. You're operating in a masculine energy.
So what makes a woman feel fulfilled?
when she's able to rest in her femininity, being able to be creative, supportive, servitude, like you said, being able to nurture not only herself, her family, her kids, home, all those different things. So if you're always operating in a work masculine role in leadership and all those different things, and you never turn that off, you're going to feel unfulfilled. You're going to be tired. You're going to be wore down. You may even look like really manly in some ways.
Mm-hmm. I know one that got a mustache and grown one. She very accomplished, but she got a little milk mustache going. Bless her heart. Well, let me see. I'm trying to pry out of you because she's still talking surface level. Like, what is the process to becoming more nurturing? If you aren't already a feminine woman, or what you deem is a feminine nurturing woman that is thinking, let me be a helpmeet first instead of trying to be a man's partner or a man's co-star or his co-captain rather than the first mate, understand me? What is the process to go from being a Jezebel to a Rebecca? What does that process look like? What do women need to actually do verbatim, step by step, in order to go from Meg Thee Stallion to Rebecca?
I think they have to start putting themselves in position to be able to take order from God first, being able to pray. We got to pray just to make it today. Being able to hear from God, but being able to actually put in the work as far as their self-image, their confidence, their kindness. Like, a lot of women are not very inviting. So when you encounter a man, even if it's a man that you're not wanting to be romantically involved with, you have to be able to have a aura and a presence about you that's inviting, that's soft, that's kind. And a lot of women put up this big wall, and they're not willing to open up or even just be that peace in the midst of like a storm.
Let me ask you this: should a woman be a man's peace?
No.
So give context to that.
She should be peaceful within herself, and that's going to be inevitable, that she's going to be peace in the midst of a man.
So that's a good answer. Because let me tell y'all this one thing, church. A presidential intellectual masculine perceive, understand me? He already got peace. Understand me? If you are a woman trying to come into his life, all you gotta do is not mess it up. Understand me? Come in here and add to it. But you ain't gonna disturb his peace. If you disturb his peace, he go get you up out of here. Understand me? That's all that's gonna happen. You don't get the opportunity to disturb his peace. What you get is you get up out of here. That's what you get. You even think you about to disturb some peace around here. Understand me? We don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
Understand me? We don't do that in Wakanda. Understand me?
And peace doesn't always represent doing, it's just being. Literally, you can be in the presence of masculinity and just be quiet, be still, and that's peace within itself.
All right, so let's dive back and finish up this lesson. We run out of time, church. So, all right, so he confirmed that she was the one, understand me? And then let me see, he went and met little big brother, understand me? So this is verse 28, chapter 24, verse 28, I believe. No, verse 24. Well, actually, verse 23, church, understand me? So the servant asked her, whose daughter are you? Understand me? Who is your people? Understand me? And please tell me, who would your father have any room to put us up for the night? So he's like, hey, can we stay there for the night? I gotta go see your people, understand me? And she was like, understand me? I am the daughter of Bethel, she replied. My grandparents are Nahor and Milcah. Yes, we have plenty of straw, understand me? And feed for the camels, understand me? So it's working out just right. Everything's going smooth sailing. So when you do it with the Lord, this is what I'm gathering from this text, church. When you do things in accordance with the Lord, it kind of just work out fresh and creamy, understand me? Like that fresh and creamy as dip, understand me?
Maggi onion soup and Nestle reduced cream for the freshest, creamiest dip anyone can make.
The Lord go put a bunch of dip on your chip, understand me? All you gotta do is stay in your word and follow instructions. It give you step by step. Basically, you gotta wrap this up pretty quick. So he went and met the family. She had a little brother. He wasn't hating, but he was concerned. He's just like, hey, don't take off with my sister so hasty, understand me? He's just being a good little brother. So he stayed the night and they ate and they broke bread, understand me? It was a good time. He talked to the parents blessed them, the parents knew. The servant told them the story of how I prayed to the Lord. I said, hey, give me a sign. I am coming from this land. I am the servant of Abraham. I assume they knew who Abraham was already. They knew Abraham was big thing popping, little thing stopping, understand me? And knew he's big bad king. So it's like, hey, wow, you came here from the Lord. Why would I turn that down, understand me? This is obviously a blessing from the Lord. So Abraham was able to take Rebekah, and she went back to the land where Isaac was at. They seen each other. And it was pretty much love at first sight. Understand me? Happily ever after. That's pretty much how it went. He took her into his mother's tent. And he made her his wife. Took her into the tent and made her his wife. Understand me? He didn't say nothing about no wedding though. It just say he made her his wife. In the tent. Understand me? I wonder what their wife making process is. It said, church, verse 67, understand me? And Isaac, understand me, brought Rebekah into his mother's Sarah's tent, understand me? And she became his wife. He loved her deeply, and she was a special comfort to him after the death of his mother. So Sarah had died. She lived to be 127. She lived a lovely life, had several kids. Well, she had a couple kids. She didn't have many. She had 2 kids, I think. But you got anything else to say, BBW, before we wrap up? We run out of time.
Ladies, to be willing and prepare yourself to be chosen.
That's a good message. All right, church. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's lesson on how to be what the Lord describes as a wife, understand me? Like, share, subscribe. I think we're going to dive into one more lesson tonight. Maybe, maybe not. I think that might be a good one for now. Understand me? We'll see, though, church. Survival of the Simp. Episode, I don't know how many this is, but Survival of the Simp, understand me? How to be chosen, or how to fit the description of a wife, understand me? Be a servant like Rebekah. Be hasty when a man come through, he needs a little bit to drink for his camels, understand me? Hey, don't hesitate. Go out there and get that water in that trough, understand me? Make sure you take care of a Lord, understand me? We'll holler at y'all. Peace out.